Hello! Happy Friday, everybody! How is your fine weekend going to start? Hey there, SG. So the music from the countdown screen, I believe that is some ambience from the game itself. I know, because the music, the yellow bat ended up making that countdown screen for me, and I think that's what he used. He recorded some assets from the game itself. Hey there, Gary. Hey, Nothingness. How are you all doing? Hope your day is going absolutely wonderful. I am ready to sit back with a nice cup of tea, enjoy some more Control. I have literally been driving around the mountains all freaking day, so I am ready to not be in the sun right now. It's your boy, Space Dog. How are you doing, my boy? Let me just get my tea bag and my mug real quick. Start steeping this tea while we get things running. Doing fine, just eating dinner. Very nice. Having anything special for dinner? Alright, I need my headphones. I don't think I plugged my headphones in yet. 2 seconds. Alright, there we go. Perfect! I can hear. And I think that just started all of the sound for the game. For some reason, I don't think you guys heard anything of it until I plugged the headphones in. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Hey, Art Master. How are you? Alrighty. So, I was reading the comments from the last VOD, and it was pointed out that I did miss one specific whiteboard a couple rooms back. So before we do anything else, we are going to head back there and get this taken care of. Store-bought pizza? Dude, store-bought pizza is awesome. I've actually done, my best friend growing up, they did a lot of home cooking, and he was famous for his homemade pizzas. And by homemade, I mean, like, we made the dough from scratch. Some of the ingredients, like the tomatoes and the herbs, we got right out of his garden. So literally, it came, like, right out of the earth. It usually took, like, I don't know, like 4 hours for the dough to get, to rise properly, and then, like, half an hour per personal pizza. So freaking good. And again, like 2 hours for the sauce to be made right. Oh my gosh, because you have to let the whole tomatoes reduce. Anyways, so I did 100% miss this right here. I was aware of this whiteboard, but I completely forgot where in the game it was located at, to be 100% honest. I did not remember where the whiteboard was located at, but here we go. Hey, what's up, Val? How are you doing? And no, in Space Dog, I cannot do a pizza swirl in the air. Oh, really? Your sister went to culinary school? Dude, that's awesome. I wish I had that much cooking talent. Anyway, so right here is a whiteboard here in the entryway leading to the Atlas. It says something about grass and lawns. We are under an invasion. Whoa, let's see if I can back up a little bit. This is what the enemy looks like, and it just points to blank white something. It's mind control. We have already lost. I will forget or be killed. It's been going on for a long time, I think. More and more forests are turned into lawns. It's killing the competition. More parks in the cities all the time. It's so nice. Maybe the lawns came from a threshold. Even with extreme water shortages, people are dying, and we are watering our lawns. We are the slaves here. They're in control. Multitude with hive minds, or one being. They're spreading, growing. I don't know. Why is golf so popular? Because more lawns. Think about it. You know it's true. We trim them. We water them endlessly. They are the true face of the enemy. So, yeah, I have no clue what the hell this guy's rambling on about, but apparently we're being invaded by lawns from another dimension, and they're taking over our lives. Yeah, exposure. I think the exposure is just high in that one room. Like, the second we go over here, everything looks relatively fine, but I can adjust the settings a little bit. Let's see if I can drop the brightness a hair. Maybe that's a little better. Looks a little better. Perfect. So mind controlling lawns are behind California water crisis. Oh, not even joking, Gary. I was joking about that with one of my customers the other day, about how, like, yeah, even in the midst of the drought conditions we had over here, like me normally, if I run my sprinkler for more than a week, I can get fined. But the golf courses, yeah, they can run as much water as they want. It's perfectly fine. I was joking about that the other day. Just in time for mind control lawns in control. Weird shit. Yeah, I think it was just that one room too, but dropping down the brightness a little bit never hurt anybody. We'll survive. Maybe it's a mold thing.
Glad to see you're still you.
Don't think it's the mold specifically, but we'll get to the mold shortly. Alright, so now, where we left off in this, the block rock that we were using to try to make the new HR rays shattered. So we need to go. We are in the black rock processing plant to look for new prisms and see if we can find a replacement so we can start making these. But apparently Arish says there is a monster somewhere up here that has been killing and injuring all his troops, hence why they're all messed up here. Yes, that's what I'm going through, Space Dog. That's basically our recap. Most of the research sector is us reading things rather than progressing the story. But anyways, let's go progress the story. Okay, we cannot go that direction, so let's head over here. That guy, I was going to say, it looks like he lost an eye, but he did not lose an eye. It's just really swollen. I think whoever made that whiteboard was a bit too much of a fan of the one M. Night Shyamalan movie where they're planning to try to kill humanity. That would not surprise me whatsoever.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
Yep, it completely decimated them. I don't think, other than that one document we found in the research sector when someone was complaining about the plants and research and where they came from, that's the only other reference we've gotten about plants in the oldest house and them being sentient. Alright. First document of the stream. Let's go. Swan boat, altered item 19, found in 1983. Item is made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the items to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force and at an estimated force of something. Possible connection to OOP5. OOP5, I think that's the carousel horse. We'll check real quick, though. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from Human Resources Department. Yeah, I'm pretty sure HR would be a little bit pissed if you tried to test this out and ended up injuring some people. Anyways. Item was seized from an activity rental service called Something Something located on Lake Something in Vancouver Island, Canada, after it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite Formula C9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and transported by train. It arrived in the Bureau with no further incident. Imagine you're just, like, hanging out with your family, trying to go on a nice little ride around the lake, and the boat you're in just says, you know what, get the fuck out. Wasn't there contact about the plants and research that never made it to the game? I haven't heard about that, Gary. It wouldn't surprise me, but I've never heard something specific about that. If you do know some details, let me know.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7.
Oh yeah, we already listened to that one. Alright. Yeah, if you have details on that, let me know, because I am curious. Can't do that yet. Okay.
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
Maybe right over here. Thank you, Polaris. You are so kind and helpful.
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left.
Nope, not at all.
What the fuck?
Guess what? We have invisible boys now. Hello there, invisible boy. Where art thou? Right there. None of your shenanigans, invisible boys. Not allowed. Alright, let's go read more about these. His distorted. Least favorite enemy in the game, dude. These guys are so flipping annoying. Especially in the post-game fight with a named character that these guys show up in. Such a pain in the ass. Alright, his distorted. His distorted agents are able to render themselves invisible and emit a powerful concussive blast when in close range to their target. Curiously, the His distorted is apparently not able to utilize both abilities at once. It must make itself visible when it goes on the offensive, because otherwise these enemies would be broken. The His distorted is unique in the fact that it wields a paranatural ability previously unknown to the Bureau, perhaps tapping into a yet undiscovered object of power. How does this invisibility work? Does the distorted become resonance temporarily? Does it use His resonance to refract light? The physical deformation of this particular His entity is noteworthy in its thoroughness. Clearly, the human host would have died from such extreme alteration, which prompts the question, are the corrupted samples simply animated corpses? So, one, this goes to suggest that yes, they can still move around a body even though the physical host may be dead, but two, no other altered item or object of power has ever been shown to develop invisibility as a technique. So that's just something we'll know in advance. So Yay. 2 seconds. The dog is literally screaming at me to let him back inside. I'll be right back. Sarah boy, how are you? Come here, give me some of the head rub. There you go. Or I should say, I'll give you a head rub. That's good. Puppers right there. That's right. You're a good puppy. I wouldn't mind invisible enemies as much if they didn't make such creepy noises when you can't see them. Like, I think the only benefit of these guys is you can kind of see like a temporal distortion around them. So you can kind of get an idea where they're from, but if you don't know they're in the area in the first place, you're not really looking out for them. Which sucks. Hey there, Dracofox. How are you doing? Ooh, that's some good tea.
There are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The Quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where black rock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
Black rock
It
comes
has
from
the
a
unique
threshold.
property of blocking out
Quarry.
a lot of frequencies. A
So
good thing.
the prisms must be there too.
Contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock Line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the Quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again.
I love how she just gives a fake laugh and walks off like, yeah, I'm done with your shit, darling. 665. Alright, hold on. I think I need to put my... Yeah, I think I need to put my work phone on silent real quick. Because this thing, all of my PMs are going to be marking signed off jobs, so it's going to be ringing nonstop for the time being. BlackRock. Again, part 2. We spoke briefly about this, about BlackRock and how it absorbs resonance, or it can resonate with certain frequencies, but anyways, let's get going. Why the hell did it block that? Hold on. I don't know why it blocked that from you nothingness, sorry. Alright, BlackRock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its very structure is comprised of something density that nullifies all resonances within a range of something to something hertz. Bureau innovations that incorporate BlackRock will be analyzed, most notably the fire breaks, feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or any internal threats. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using BlackRock as work in the field that marked slow. As work in that field has markedly slowed in recent years. I can't talk. Alright, hey there, Matt, how you doing? Okay, so the biggest thing we got here is, one, we already knew that, according to the BlackRock prisms, is that they resonate within a frequency of something to something hertz. But it also allows them to block things within that same range of hertz. I'm presuming it's the same range of hertz. Essentially creating like a barrier that, instead of preventing radiation passing through like lead does, it prevents certain paranatural things from crossing through that. Now, that being said, I don't think BlackRock can prevent everything, because it does specify it only nullifies resonances between a certain range of frequencies. Now, I mentioned in the I think either last stream or the stream before, I think it's the second stream when we went to the maintenance sector, that there was one hypothesis that by opening up the building lockdown and allowing the other sectors to be activated, it allowed the hiss to cross to basically infect the other departments. I don't think that's accurate, and this is partially a reason right here why I believe so, is because again, it only Blackrock, which is the fire breaks between the sectors, only blocks between a certain range of frequency. If the hiss resonance is outside of that small window, then it could pass right through the Blackrock with no problem. It wouldn't do anything to stop it.
Darling's key. This should get us into the quarry.
Perfect. Let's head backtrack real quick. Oh, you submitted your art into the exhibition for the school. Nice! I'm so glad to hear that you've managed to finish it. That bath didn't distract you too much. How'd it turn out? If you have a digital copy, go ahead and share it in Discord. I'd like to take a look. Alright, let's head back so now we can slip through this area. Yep. Pop! Hold on, let me switch back real quick. Alright, so now we can slip through here. Boom, that's open. Now, technically speaking, now that we have this, we can head back to the Luck and Probability Lab. But there is something up here that I want to try to get. Let's see if I can sequence break this. I'm not sure if I can. I've never tried to do it this way. Now, you're supposed to have a different ability in order to do this properly, but let's see if we can break the game. No! Shit. Let's try that again. Lift it up, lift it up. Drop it. Got it. Okay. Let's see if we can pull this off. This is... I was about to be pissed that I smacked over my little mountain of barrels there, but I guess not. Okay. Let's drop you here. Well, fuck. Alright. Nope. Shit. Okay, let's see if we can stack these 3 high. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. That is not gonna work in the slightest. Moving on. We'll come back here. We'll be hearing about the results in a couple weeks, so it'll be a digital gallery for the students that want to also share Discord. Cool, I'll go check it out as soon as we're done here. I sequence broke that in the main room you battled the Distorted in. Let me see. I don't know if there's a way to do that from in here, because there's nothing... we need something that's a little bit taller and then stack the barrels on top of it. Maybe we can grab... I don't have the ability to grab things that are large objects, so I think we're kind of stuck for now. We'll be back here soon enough anyway, so it's okay. Let's go! It's fine, Gary. We'll be back here shortly anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane. Or just the right kind of insane.
Just the right kind of insane. And that tells you all you need to know about her mental state. Yep, we know it's crazy, but this feels normal. Insanity feels more normal than sanity. And Remedy has a habit of making their characters, like Alan Wake and Max Payne are both like this too, where they were literally flirting with the razor's edge between sanity and insanity. Can I open this yet? Alright, so right here is our entrance back to the maintenance sector. But that was just opening up a shortcut. Let's head back over here. Yeah, sure, Draco Fox, go ahead and share your monster idea. Yeah, there's a few hidden locations that are coming up in a second. So we'll definitely take a look at those when we get there. And boom, we now have access to the upper NSC. Right down there is where Arisha's old office was. For all the guys Monster made, it's called the Tracker Crack. Still need a better name for it. And it's screw fly that has broken glass and needles on it. It's a fly to target and explode. So it explodes with like a like glass or something is what you're referring to? That would be painful. Okay, this area we're definitely going to need the Pierce. Because these things are so damn far away. And I missed entirely. Really? Get out of here, bro. Nope. You shit. That's not good. Hi there. Where are these boys? Okay, that's enough for the time being. Okay, we're gonna clear out all the ads before we start really exploring this NSC right here. Which, I think they're all gone, so never mind. So it's anything sharp, gotcha. Like, honestly, that'd be kind of creepy if you had a certain monster type where anything that can be shattered and then be sucked like a magnet towards you. So, like, your TV monitor or your phone or a window, anything could just shatter and then fly at you. That would suck. Alright, NSC. Alright, the NSC, otherwise stands for Redacted Sarcophagus Container, was designed by order of Deputy Chief Trench shortly before he became a director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of... Actually, before we read this, let's look at one quick thing, because I'm not going to be able to read the redactions until we look at this. So, this is the power plant that Arish mentioned, and he was told that there are two very specific rules. Keep it below a certain temperature, and never, ever open it. The entire quest in the maintenance sector that Adi put us on the second we got here was to fix the power converters and to fix the coolant pumps. Again, coolant pumps are the method in which we keep the power plant below a certain temperature. Here's the control panel. There was movement detected inside the NSC. So there is a physical body inside the power plant. As we saw on the first page of that document, that the sarcophagus chamber was redacted, but if we look up just a hair, Northmore sarcophagus container. The NSC. Now, let's go back and read that document. Northmore Dynamic Energy Extraction and Conversion Northmore Sarcophagus Container. Remember, if we have power converters, that means we need a way to convert power from one form to another. The container provides a safe method of extraction of Northmore's excessive energy outputs while acting as a humane way to house him. The coolant pumps keep the container and its occupant from overheating while the energy is siphoned. The energy is then conducted into the converters, where it is rendered into an energy through use of turbine generators. The electricity produced powers the entire bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and effectively invisible from the New York City grid. After NSC-1's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of Northmore's power, the occupant was restrained in the second model it was built. NSC-2 provides built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effects from its occupant. This is his damn bachelor pad. Director Broderick Northmore, the director before Director Trench, is housed inside the power plant. The excess energy that he produces is siphoned off of him, converted into electricity for the Bureau to freaking use. That being said, let's go back to one specific hotline call. With this in mind, listen to his phrasing.
Northmore was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power. I purposefully avoided it, didn't trust it, didn't want to rely on it. Northmoor was all about power.
Damn straight.
A man like an explosion.
Like an explosion.
Hungry for authority, for order, for more, until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end. Contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on.
I see the pun there.
Here's to you, Northmoor.
Keep the lights on. He's literally keeping the damn lights on right here. Oh god. So basically it came down to Trent saying, hey, Northmoor, buddy, you're getting a little too big for your britches, and you may literally just freaking explode. So yeah, we need to deal with you. Either you're going to die, or we're going to make use of you. So he literally, quote-unquote, humanely locked him inside of this chamber for the last 40 years, or 30 years. So Northmoor's been in there for about 25 to 30 years. By himself, except for that one time he accidentally escaped, and the first version of this vanished. That's not humane in the friggin' slightest, but what happens otherwise? Exactly nothing. If Northmoor ever gets out of here, they're going to have to start paying for their own electric bill again, and that's going to suck. I'm with you, Gary. Like, if it comes between death or being locked in here for 2-3 decades, I'm like, you know what? Just give me the chair. I'm okay with that. There are some things that are worse than death. Alright, I just find this document here amusing because you have some floor fans here, but if you hop over and go here, you officially get the fan supplement. Perfect. Well, based upon what we just saw, Draco Fox, he's very much alive, and he's still moving around. So he's conscious. It's not like they put him into a, like, sleep or something. Which is kind of a horrible thought. Alright, 1954, the alter item number 3, the oscillator fan. Alright, the notion of fan death has now become widely known in the region, since foreign investigator Redacted met with a local journalist to explain how electric fans operate at speeds that may suffocate users by overly disturbing the air. As our agency is still young, we must take care to avoid missteps. Any explanation given to the public must provide sufficient yet vague rationale that will reaffirm their certainty that ours is a stable, controlled world. We must tread carefully, especially in this increasingly technological world with the radios and the other innovations allowing information to travel at speeds previously undreamt of. This is precisely why we insist that our department handle all communication with public bodies. With all due respect, William S. Powers, head of the Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions. So a couple interesting things here. One, so William Powers was the previous head of communications. So the Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions was later evolved into the Department of Communications, which Tomasi is the head of. So this guy is probably 2 generations predecessor of Tomasi himself. Secondly, they must be the ones to make any conversation to the public, because letting any information out may alter the collective consciousness of those people and therefore affect the creation of AWEs and alternate items. 3, fan death. So I know exactly where this takes place. So fan death, if you're, I don't know if it's also in North Korea, but I know South Koreans actually have the, you can look up newspapers. If you look up Korean fan death, you'll find articles about this, and it is actually a thing. There is scientific research about how sitting in a room with a fan, with all doors and windows closed, will actually cause you to suffocate or freeze to death. And you can look up those things. And I think it's specifically South Korea, but it might be North Korea too. I'm not sure. Mostly because a lot of information doesn't come out of North Korea. Yeah, it's very big in South Korea, but I don't know what the rest. I'm with exactly, Jacoba. Okay, so the upper NSC is done. Technically speaking, we are able to go take care... Actually, let's get to the next control point and then pop back to the luck and probability department, because there's a couple things we can do. I don't know, Gary, whether the hiss has affected Northmore in any way. Actually, let's head back and look at those screens real quick. Because based upon the poses that Northmore was in those infrared cameras stills, he might actually... Oh, crap. Oh, crap! I'm dead. What just happened? How did I fall? And more importantly, how did I not die? Alright, hold on. We need to head back up. Alright, we're good. It's like, Jesse, what were you thinking? Okay, where is that little ball thingy? There it is. Hello there. I need you to die now. Go away. So what we were trying to do is look over here. So if we look at these are images of Northmore inside of it. This is a form that his elevated take. So he's literally shifting around and he may be hiss infected. He may be hiss infected. And the entire plot of the second chapter where Ati requires us to go fix the converters and the coolant pumps. If we did not do that, Northmore literally would have exploded out of the NSC and then probably would have been immediately infected by the hiss and turned into a super boss because he still has superpowers. He still either may be bound to certain OOPs or have latent effects. But his energy outputs are so strong it powers this entire building, so if they weren't siphoning that off, he would literally be a freaking demon infected by the hiss. So when Ati says, yeah, I needed you to do quick little jobs for me, yeah, it's a good thing we did that.
The old-fashioned way.
Otherwise, things would have been really bad. That probably would have been the end of this entire game. I've never heard anything about him being pyrokinetic, Gary. If you have any sources for that, let me know. Boom, 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 boom. No, stop it! I don't want you explodey boys blowing up all over me. I don't know what he's eating. Like, he may literally just be surviving off of pure energy. Like, that's a big question I would love to know more of. Actually, I am going to write that down. Northmore. Need I say more? Also, I'm going to go ahead and put a title card in the top right now if you are curious about seeing more on Northmore, because I have an entire video dedicated to him. It basically, what we just talked about is the cliff notes of the video, but if you want the full thing and some other little tidbits, feel free to go check it out. Right now, there are mods, nothingness, where you can make it so you can dodge more, like up to like 8 or 9 times, but I don't have those mods on because I don't really find them too useful. Plus, I haven't used any ability points and spec'd in additional energy, which would allow us to dodge more as well. Okay, we're almost down to the bottom. And done. Boop, we good. Oh, hello there, all you boys. Get out of my face. Alright, control point, cleanse. Oh, you're comparing Northmore to Jesse. So, I'm trying to recall whether Northmore readings or the P6 data had higher peritalitarian readings. I do not recall, honestly, which is which. But I won't say more past that, because I know that there's some NPCs outside of the outside the boardroom and central research that are discussing the P6 data and how it applies to telekinesis. Yeah, Jessie can get crazy powerful, but we don't need her to be that strong just yet. Gameplay wise, we'll eventually spec her to be a little bit more powerful, but we don't need that at the moment. All right, so here we are back in luck and probability, and we are here specifically to deal with this right here. Luck and probability lab. First things first, we got a document over here. Lucky item manifest. Yep. Catching. Here's the thing. All right. Lucky item manifest. Bronze koi fish, China, attracts abundance and wealth. Feng shui. Horseshoe in Ireland, wards off evil. Orientation important. Head heels up, allows luck to be kept. Heels down, luck flows outward. The Maneki Neku, Japan. Beckoning cat used in shops. Paw held up to beckon customers, creating luck for the business owner. Four-leaf clover in Ireland. Shamrock, rare plant variation. Connections to druidic healing rituals. Elephant in China. Protection, good luck, wisdom, feng shui. Light bulb, various. Documented gambling rituals indicate luck is produced when all lights in the room are turned on. Note, effects of items to be tested. Consider investigating the orientation of horseshoe. Also consider positioning the feng shui objects. Proximity of luck items may influence luck readings. For more information on rituals, use lucky actions to perform and avoid relevance OCD behavior. So what they're saying is we need the koi fish and the elephant working. So this is our cheat sheet for how to get everything. First things first, we need to turn all the lights on. Boop. We need all the lights on in here, so we are gonna teach Jessie a gambling addiction right now. And how to cheat at the crap table. Is that it, or is there one more? I think that's it. Okay, we got that one. Next thing's up, we need to go get ourselves a shamrock. Four-leaf clover, get over here. Come on, big money. Nope. Where do we put the... There it is, sorry. Oh, now we got a shamrock. Okay. Next things up is we do want to have that going on. Is that there? That is there. Now we will need to grab the golden koi. You come with me. You used a guide for this puzzle? No, you're good. Honestly, it usually takes me 2 tries to get this to work properly. So this koi we're going to need to drop inside the red lines, and let's test to see what number we get. Roll! Nope, 6. Crap. Where's the phone? Okay, that just shut off. Let's try that again, see if we can get the phone to ring a second time. Oh, wow, what did we just do out there? Shit, things are exploding! This isn't good. Alright, we need one more luck. So let's go find something to do that'll give us more luck. Actually, the cat's... Let's go talk to the cat. Hello, kitty. Boop. All right, take number 3. Okay, that's too much. So it looks like the cat acts as a +2. Maybe let's turn off that and see what happens. So basically, each luck source gives us a certain number of luck to this TV screen. There we go. Boop. That's it. That is all we needed. So we just got 2 skill points. Boop. And we unlocked a new outfit. Let's go. Let's get out of here now. The fish must be damaged, possibly. Mushed. It must be. Come on, boys. Got 2 in one go there. 2 in one go there. You all got nothing on this. I'm sorry. You can't do smack. Alright, so next thing we want to try to get is... Actually, I'll ask you guys. What do you guys want me to get? Technically, this is a really good ability where you recover energy while your shield is up. Or start working on getting bigger and bigger enemies. Like, large objects is what would have allowed us to pick up some other things and sequence break that area. Or do you want triple? Triple throw. What is it, Sam? Sammy boy, what is it? Why are you getting all whiny? Hey there, good boy. You're such a good puppers. So we want to go seize. So seize is large enemies. So this one right here is what we need to seize the Healy balls. You want to go outside now? Animal, make up your mind. What do you want? You're worse than the cat, dog. You're worse than the cat. Make up your mind. Alright. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll get all of the skills eventually. I'm going to hit all the side quests and all the hidden areas anyways, so it's not really a big deal. And while we are here, let's try one thing. I want to see if there's any side quests that are available right now. Or ATI missions that are available at the moment. My playstyle tends to have me just ignore the shields and abuse launch and seize. I agree, that's when I'm playing by myself, that's usually what I do, but I'm trying not to abuse the throw abilities because that makes the gameplay too, maybe, I don't want to say fast-paced, but it takes some of the variety of the gameplay, and I'm trying to show off a lot of different gameplay strategies for the combat. So I'm going to switch around the skills and see what I can do.
That Aris fellow is not a useless guy.
Nope.
Respects his elders.
Yep.
Makes good coffee.
Important. Okay. Good to know. Ati respects and enjoys Arisha's company. Always a good thing. Alright, let's head back and get back to the story. Let's go. Pop. Pop. Okay, so NSC power plant. Quarry entrance. That's where we want to go. I forgot, but do you have the 4th level keycard? Because if you should in the quest at the bottom, the research will be available. I actually have the level 5 keycard now, Gary, and I am not going to be doing that quest at the bottom of research yet until Emily mentions it later on in the story. As a person who likes taking care of flowers, yes, I do talk to plants. I don't know what's wrong with talking to plants. I mean, I talk to my dog, you talk to a tree. Whatever, maybe not trees, but you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with it. After all, they are good listeners. Black Rock Quarry. Any more? Anybody else? Oh my god, there's lots of boys here. Alright, I want to switch up the gameplay a little bit. Let's grab our shatter. Have some fun with that. Hey you, how you doing? You can't hit me. You can't hit me. Guess what? Boom! Right through you. Alright, there are some things in here that we cannot do just yet. Sam, you want to come in again? I just let you out, dog. You need to... Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, buddy. Whoop. And let's slip on through here. You guys ready for another hidden location? Let's do it. Hidden location. Yay. And I am not going down there because that is nothing but mold. So let's get out of this place. Mold is not good for our health. Now, getting back up is a lot harder than getting down, but whatever. Come on. Okay, jump on that. Now jump on there. There we go. Leap. And leap. And shit. I don't think I can get back out here. I think I need to self-destruct. Let me try one thing real quick and see if this will help. Okay, let's see if that'll get us out. Got it. Perfect. We good. We survived. Alright, let's take out that. Kaboom. Mostly Charlie, the Venus flytrap, and get this. It turns sometimes. Oh, your Venus flytrap is named Charlie. That's great. That is amazing. I love it. All right, we're out. We're safe. You know what? I don't want to listen to you anymore. Stop it. I guess the only positive thing about shooting those agents is it does give me my damage upon kill ability with one of my mods. So I just want to point this out, even though it's completely irrelevant, but look how seamlessly we go from the oldest house, one single threshold, aka dimension of reality, and literally just by doing this, we are in a completely different universe. It's not like there's some super secret portal that we see that we have to pass through or punch through. It's literally just walking 1 inch over the line, and we're in another reality. That's how seamless the oldest house connects with other thresholds. I just want to point that out because I thought it was freaking cool. The Venus flytrap is 7 inches tall, but dude, that thing would... That's a creepy thing. 100%. Quarry equipment order. We need additional diamond blades ASAP. Continuous rim this time to get the clean cut research wants. This black rock shit is tough. We're going through blades like we're made out of the damn things. The dimensions for the slabs of black rock they want are outrageous. For all grief they're causing me, these fire breaks better be fucking worth a treat. Go ahead and double the last order. Now, the only thing I can figure is this means that black rock might actually be harder than diamond, and diamond is known as one of the hardest substances on Earth. So, just to put it into context. Oh gosh, not you. Have we seen these guys yet? I don't think we've seen these guys. Anyways, look at these boys. Oh, Jesus, ow. You know what? I'm just gonna do this because I really don't want to deal with you. Anymore. So those are not Hiss. Those are a completely different enemy type, which we will discuss much later. Once we get to that part of the story. Mold people. Okay, Quarry Worker Incident. Alright. Linda, I saw David last night. I was working late in the quarry when he stumbled out from behind some black rock. It looked like hell. I called him up to medical right away. He was half-starved. He'd been missing for 2 weeks, so I guess it's not a surprise. While I was waiting for someone to come help, he kept telling me about some carvings, something about an ancient tree. I couldn't really understand him. When the medics came, they brought security. They grabbed David and hauled him off. They interrogated me for a couple hours about what David had told me. Anyway, I know you're on the next shift, so I thought I'd leave this for you. He was your husband, and you have the right to know. The way security is acting, well, I don't know if we're going to be seeing David again. I'm so sorry, Linda. Burn this after you read it. There was another complaint. Correspondence. Hold on. Right here. So this is the second half of that story right there. So a quarry worker, managed to find themselves into an area they shouldn't have been, went completely insane, and they're not sure what happened to him. This is from Salvador to Arish. Second paragraph. Also, I saw you report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on the next steps. Cheers. So Salvador never tells Arish specifically what these quote-unquote next steps are. But according to the one we just saw, David went missing. And they never found him again. Now, whether the Bureau was responsible for his disappearance, if he died naturally and they covered it up, who fecking knows? But that's just another big sus on behalf of the Bureau, and Salvador was part of it too. Arish sounds like he had no clue. Okay, rise me up. Thank you, Blackrock. You tend to be a floaty there. Oh, that's bright. Boop. Let's climb up here. Let's climb up here. And then go dash, dash. Perfect. We made it. Yeah, just a little bit sustanello. 100%. 80. Unfortunately, I think Charlie doesn't have long for this world. Oh, that sucks. What's the lifespan of those plants? Out of curiosity. I've never really thought about it. Nope, we don't want that. Let's just grab this bad boy. Okay, Darling's dimensional staffing. Okay. Alright, so this, I mentioned, or I referred to this previously about why Dr. Darling did not want Pope to be involved in the dimensional research. Well, this document tells us why. Yeah, I definitely plant those Dracofox, because you can have Charlie's kids sprouting up pretty soon. Alright, dimensional research is going to change everything. The work we do there will be brilliant, dangerous, and revolutionary. So we'll need staff that meet the challenge. I'm considering Carla Vaughn, Lorenzo Dunn, Hubert Tan. So Carla and Hubert are the two that are in the videos. Lorenzo Dunn, I think we've seen that name before, and Edna Pierce. I don't think we've ever seen Edna's name. Either Beth Harrington or Abe Lewis if their departments can spare them for a bit. Beth Harrington is the lady who works in parapsychology. She's the one who's responsible for the damn Threshold kids. And Abe Lewis works in parakinesthesiology, and he was the one who was literally trying to blackmail Darling to get a higher budget in his department. Also, one, bribe him, then blackmail him since he didn't get his way. Anyways, Emily is an obvious choice, but who knows what will come out of the doorways we open. Perhaps it is better to keep her somewhere where the work is less unpredictable, but she won't like that. And there's no way she won't notice a new secret research department. She's too sharp for that. So yes, Emily feels very left out that she was told, like, oh, it's a classified, don't worry about it. You're not allowed to check out what's going on in dimensional research. Darling was doing it specifically because he knew how unstable that research was, and he did not want to lose such a valuable asset. He considered Emily far more valuable than the other Carla Vaughn, Hubert Tan, and Dr. Harrington and Abe Lewis. So he looked at them as disposable. If something terrible happens, it's not a big deal. If Hubert and Carla pass away due to stuff in dimensional research, it's not a big deal. But if he loses Emily, He couldn't allow that. She's way too valuable according to him. Or name him Grush Jr. Name the other ones Grush Jr. Absolutely. Alright, let's see if we got any new skills here. So, what is this? Ammo cost per shot, don't need you. Shatter, don't need you. We're really not getting a lot of stuff right now. Yeah, I don't care about you. Don't care about you. Don't care about you or you. Okay, shield cost, seize speed, energy. Actually, that'd be nice. Energy recover speed, that would be nice too. Launch energy cost would be nice to double up on that, but we need to switch the energy recovery speed to this one because that gives us much more. And let's, for the time being, let's do the dodge. Let's do the dodge efficiency for right now because that'll, in the short term, help before we get something better. All right, let's get going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can get 7 dashes in right now.
Not what I expected.
This location is fucking gorgeous. Look at that skybox. I wish we could have an entire game just exploring this threshold because there's still so many mysteries left that I don't think we'll never get an answer for, or maybe in another game, but I doubt they'll answer these questions. But we'll talk about that in a second when we pick up another document. Like, I can spend so much time just running around the Blackrock Quarry. This place is amazing. All right, all Bureau personnel are reminded to kindly not smoke in the quarry. Even though the quarry area is technically an outdoor space, it is still part of the Bureau, and therefore no smoking rules do apply. Not only is this considerate towards your fellow employees to refrain from inflicting harm of secondhand smoke, it is also prudent to avoid any risk of gas fires, unforeseen threshold reactions, and possible creation of altered receptacles. Under no circumstances should cigarette butts be left in the quarry. Thank you for your understanding. I mean, yeah, there might be flammable material here that you don't know about that you could accidentally set off. Like, it's just a safety hazard at a certain point. Question Dean, yeah. So if the thresholds are seamless, like when you walk in between them, then you stand, you're just going to be... Yeah, you'll technically be standing in 2 different realities if you have 1 foot in one and 1 foot in the other. It's kind of like if you go to the border of one of the states here, you're technically standing in 2 states. There is, I forgot which 4 states it was. I think it's Nevada, Utah, and 2 other states. But there is a location in the U.S. where if you get on all 4s, you literally have one hand in one state, the other hand in another, 1 foot in another. So you can be in 4 states simultaneously at that one corner. All right. You know what? Screw it. Let's just get down here and have some fun. Oh, you shit. Okay, I need to take care of that guy. That's my first priority. Oh, that's not good. Oh, crap. Okay. Whoa, okay. Get away, get away, get away. Leave me alone, boys. Okay. I think we're relatively okay for the time being. Hey, you, guess what? Boom. Is that it? We got more. That's it. We good. Hey there, Isaac. How are you doing? Glad you could make it. Alright, here is another quarry incident. Delete and save. Felt like we walked into a Michael Bay movie. No shit. That's about right. Explosions! Alright. Quarry operations. During my weekly safety inspection to the quarry threshold, I discovered the entire crew in a state of something. Maybe catatonia, something like that. The whole team was something, aligned and staring in uniform direction. The city in the distance. Despite my most vocal efforts to gain their attention, they remained unresponsive for more than so-and-so minutes, until I had to resort to literally, possibly like grabbing them and shaking them, is what I'm imagining. Afterwards, they were dazed and could not provide any rationale for their behavior or any specific memories of engaging in it. My official recommendation for any crew working in the threshold area is to either shorten the length of their shifts or to carry out mandatory psychological evaluations on a weekly basis, or preferably both. And maybe we should order another expedition to the city. And this is our first mention of one location in the quarry that we have never seen and we've only seen hints of: the city. What the city is, we don't know. But the Bureau has at some point held expeditions to go to the city. And if there's a city, I wonder if it's an actual city, like this is the remnants of an old civilization here. Who freaking knows? But it also doesn't surprise me, or doesn't strike me as coincidental, that a lot of these shapes here, maybe it's just me, but I get very big 2001: A Space Odyssey vibes when I'm here. In terms of having these monolithic black stones. Now, maybe me just looking into it, but I cannot help but have that remind me of it. Boom, that's number 1. And number 2. There we go. Perfect. And numero 3. Space Odyssey vibes. And the thing is, they make a direct reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey in this game already. We've already seen it during this playthrough, during one of Dr. Darling's presentations, when he talks about being like Bowman flying into the monolith. I'm not going to say much more past that. If you've read the book or you've seen the film, you know what that means. You guys ready for some explosions? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they reference Space Oddity by David Bowie as well, which was written around the same time the film came out. And it's supposed to be a direct reference to the plot of it. Alright. There we go.
And there it is, right where you led me. The HRAs, the prisms, they mean something to you. I need to get this prism to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs,
Let's get going.
then Dylan.
Yep, let's do this. Alright, so now that we have the prism, we can start manufacturing more of our HRAs, which will allow us to get people out of the safe rooms and back to work, so to speak. Click in it. Oh, jeez, what is this? Sorry, literally my work phone has been going off non-stop throughout the stream. People are just ranting. We have a group text for work that on Fridays it never shuts up. Alright, so now we randomly have astral spikes everywhere in the quarry for some reason. Okay, let's just get out of here. Oh, that sucks to be you. You can't actually come over here. So, random weird little bit. If you're in the quarry, the spikes can get you, but if you're not in the quarry, the spikes cannot get you. It's almost like they're only allowed to exist there, but they can't come over, they can't cross thresholds for some reason. Or it's just the game's way of saying, no, that's an invisible wall, they can't come over here. I have no idea. Let's get out of here. The Hiss are fighting the... Okay, hold on. The Hiss are shooting at the spikes. I've never noticed that. The Hiss are literally combating these astral entities. No clue why. And no clue why their rockets look like freaking fireworks, but whatever. I never noticed that they actually fought each other, Gary, to be honest. Maybe the board sent help. That's under the assumption that the astral spikes obey the board's directions. it's possible that they are linked to the board for sure, but I always look at them more as native species of the astral plane itself. And we know that the board doesn't control the entire astral plane, only the pyramid. It's only the pyramid.
Every time I think it makes sense, the pattern shifts.
Hello there, Marshall.
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
We will start HRA production immediately. I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now?
So you kidnapped him?
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually, his power changed him. There were casualties.
So did the Threshold kids.
Did you know about this? Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away?
Where is Dylan?
He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother. I thought we were the same. What if we are?
I'm going. Now.
I expected as much.
Nope, you're good, Draco
I'm gonna
Fox.
check on something. Something I cannot let the Hiss find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do not let him out, Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know. I wish you could tell me what you know, explain things. Just stay with me, okay?
This is another location that I absolutely love. The Panopticon is
I could use a friend
incredible.
right now.
Jesse. Written in blood. Hey, it's Nick! Oh, I mean, Dylan, not Nick. Sorry. Hashtag who's the meat man? Hashtag it's all connected. Run away! Yes, if anyone didn't get my reference, yes, the actor who plays Dylan plays Nick Marsters from Quantum Break as well. So the actor and actress for Jesse and Dylan were both in the same Remedy game before this. Yay! Who is the meat man? Alright, let's go take a look at a few things before we continue onwards. First things first, board hotline. Astral constructs. I think this is a kind of a throwaway one. I think it's just how to create things. Certain resources loot can be constructed / crafted. Yeah, we've already been doing that into the mods and forms. We've already been doing that, board. You're a little late. We advocate and facilitate this. We know that. At control points, menus, we know that. This will only be available exclusive for the director. Well, thank you. Yeah, we've been doing that the entire time, board, so you need to, like, get with the program.
To analyze something as complex as the Hiss? Hope's delusional.
Oh, you didn't realize Nick and Dylan were the same actor until after the game? It's funny because, yeah, just because he didn't have hair. Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of the golden suit. I'm going to stick with her default for the time being. Alright, we have some abilities. I don't know. So that'll give us more damage there. That'll give us more damage there. Let's work our way down this path. And let's throw a little bit more. Let's put one here. One there. Yeah, I think that's good for the time being. And we'll just work our way down little by little. Dude, the lack of hair in this game... Oh, yeah, because of the lack of hair.
We have to figure this out. No one else is going to do it.
I could literally just sit here and listen to these two for the longest time. They have such crazy conversations.
Faden, did you find a prism?
Lady! I just gave you the prism! I literally just gave you the prism, Marshall. Come on, stop with your automatic dialogue. Hello.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
Personally, Draco Fox, I want to have pyrokinesis only because it would work perfectly in the Alan Wake setting. I've been hands down talking about that since the AWE DLC before it came out, because I thought they were going to give you a new ability for pyrokinesis to work through the AWE DLC. But we'll talk more about that when we get there. Anyways, Blackrock.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that Blackrock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Knives!
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her.
That was basically Emily's way of saying, burn it with fire! Stab it! I love her. So the reason why, in my opinion, I think why everyone talks shit on Emily in the Bureau is, one, she's very asocial, as mentioned in a previous document. She really doesn't like socializing with people, for the most part. And one, she's Darling's protege, but two, she's not very social. And I think those two combined have a bit of resentment and other things related to her. Okay, next one, Arish.
This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the Hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the Hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if Hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the Hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
Not enough. See, like, okay, this is a slippery slope when it comes to scientific discovery, is when like, Emily, if you're in this setting and you're legitimately passionate about science for the science's sake, you'll just like, let's just try everything. This will pave a path for artificial genetic modification. We can do this, we can do that, we can do this. At a certain point, we have to listen to Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. At some point, you just have to learn how to, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Emily is scary. I don't care what anyone says. Nothingness. Emily is my future wife.
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. They're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course.
We got this place up and running together, Emily.
Again, I'm really curious if those moments when Jessie stops to talk to Polaris in her head, if anyone around her noticed her
Enjoy
just
your data.
staring off into space.
Oh, I will.
Kind of like she's like having a conversation to herself where she looks like she has some kind of dissociative disorder or she's hearing voices. and it's recognizable that she's not all there mentally. I think that'd be an interesting character quirk for her. Is literally she'll just stop and have conversations with no one knowing what's going on. People didn't like me for not talking when I didn't have anything to say for some reason. I don't know. Like,
Any word on survivors?
We've located numerous safe rooms with survivors inside.
I'm kind of curious about that too, because for the longest time I'm still. Hold on. I need to move away from conversation because these people are just yapping in my ear. Like, I was never the most social. I was very asocial growing up until probably the last 5 years, because my current job has me as a pseudo salesman. So I have to turn on the charisma at will in order to, be a good salesman at the end of the day. But I didn't talk much. I think people feel a little uncomfortable about people who either don't say much or just are there and don't really say anything whatsoever. I don't know why. It's almost like there's a sense of anxiety of two people being in a room together and nothing's being said. What that stems from, I have no idea. It's a cultural thing. Like, I know it's worse in America, for example, where you just have to be speaking to each other, especially in the big city. Or maybe less in the big city. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. But I have heard from people in other countries that Americans smiling too much is a little disconcerting for them when we come to be tourists. All right, we are here. We are officially down in the containment sector. It is time. Yeah, like, I'm with that, Isaac. Like, honestly, I am perfectly fine being in a
Containment sector.
social setting and just not saying anything. Like, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I don't have a problem with it.
Altered.
But some people, they feel really awkward about being in a public scenario not speaking. Maybe I'm just used to it. I don't know.
The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable, something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They are all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature.
Mm-hmm.
They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
Alright, so there is a lot of altered item lore that we can... Actually, more questions. We don't get any answers there, but we get a lot of questions in that section of it. So, one, he says, they do not like to be controlled, only worshipped, placed on altars because they like being worshipped, they don't like to be controlled. Well, technically, objects of power by definition is an altered item that is now being controlled in some form or another. That means the innate effect can now be harnessed by Jessie. She can, like, throw up shields, she can dash, she can use telekinesis, for example. But I agree, nothingness, the best line in there is an altar of worship full of idols of angry gods. Now, since these objects, like, she's listening to the hotline right now, the symbol in the collective consciousness of the phone itself is an idol. Not necessarily that we give worship to it. Well, technically, you could argue that the act of picking up the phone is a ritualistic form of worship, kind of like how you sit down on your couch and watch TV is you giving worship to the television. Not in a literal sense, but it can be argued to be as such. Now, if Trench is accurate, I don't know if he's speaking poetically or speaking literally about the angry gods and these idols. they've mentioned that objects of power and altered items are houses for paranatural forces. Now, what the nature of those original paranatural forces are, we have no clue. But if those are actually conscious entities that are being housed inside the altered items, that would redefine everything we know about this. No idea. No clue what that is. Now, apparently, this is a Grand Theft Auto reference that this guy's supposedly from GTA. I've never played GTA, so I don't know if that's true or not. Do you think the mold and hiss could take over one another if they try to stay away? I don't know. We don't really see anything to do. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there, but yeah. As far as I can tell, the mold and the hiss do not interact. Alright, there we go. Ooh, what do we have over here? Annual review, containment procedures and processes. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to do anything on that. Alright, object item distinctions. Save. Yeah, anytime you see a portrait, Gary, where they have like a hole, like it's a picture of a hole, you can punch through it. Anyways, alright, so while altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note a very key distinction. Firstly, objects of power grant parutilitarian abilities. See PUT 812 for introduction to the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. Not always necessarily true, as Emily pointed out in a previous paper by hers in her counter essay, but we'll talk about that more later. This is widely believed to be due to the board's affiliation with objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the board evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranaturally dangerous, charged, something, I don't know, than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have so-and-so amount of altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. You wouldn't say worship. I mean, like you'd have to use a very loose definition of worship in this scenario, nothingness. Like, maybe it's more appropriate to say we give it our direct attention. And it's a semantical difference between the difference between worship and giving direct attention or conscious attention. Crap. Let's get rid of the exploding voice first. Yeah, like, again, I feel like this is entirely a semantical thing. Hey there, boy. Go on, my boy. Kill him. Kill him. I'm gonna let you have this one. I'm gonna let you have this kill. Or not. Fine. Don't do the kill for me. I literally turned you into my slave, and you did not do your duty, you jerk. And now you're... Okay. You know what? I didn't expect anything better from you. Let's see. It makes me wonder whether altered items in the game system would do. You guys got any views? Worshipping television reminds me of American gods. Actually, I referenced that a lot. That's why I mentioned worshipping TV is the god media, or the goddess media from American Gods. I was specifically mentioning that. Any of them actually... Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one yet, Draco Fox, because we haven't got that far in the game. You'll probably see them on the stream. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to mention more of that stuff as of right now. Oh, my neck. We got one more audio file up here real quick. Okay, this may be completely out of left field and probably is absolutely meaningless, but I'm curious. Do you think the FBC decided to put this art up, or do you think the oldest house decided to put this art up? Because the oldest house itself has already been shown to change portraits when the director picture of Jesse appeared randomly when no one did anything with it. So I'm wondering if the oldest house just likes the art.
Reminder, this week, any documents that suddenly appear pink, light red, or any shade in between must be incinerated immediately. Failure to do so will result in termination and possible bodily harm. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. And I have no clue why pink documents have to be burned. Maybe altered items are just creating it out of nowhere right now. Who knows? Yeah, my opinion is the house itself is putting all those up. But that's just me. Yeah, it's the house's mood. Yep. Shatter projectile choke? I don't really need that. Logistics! Hello there, logistics. You go. You go. Oh, jeez. What just hit me? Alright, I can't mess around right here. I was gonna try to play with these guys, but nope. I gotta get serious. Anybody else? Is that it? That's it. Alright, let's heal this up. Okay, you... okay, just kill yourself in the middle of this cutscene. That's great. I mean, seize is great when you seize the health balls. But that's really the only time it's 100% useful. Personally. Okay, so there's a few documents here, and I am never good at this. Okay, let's go west side first. First things first, we have a giant board here that the Bureau monitors. Now, this is the logistics division. I am curious if these are just sites of known AWEs, where every single dot is a known AWE, and the green ones are active or reoccurring. Like the Albany AWE, we actually know something about that one right there. Don't know anything about you. Let me see. Which ones would we know? Frankfurt, Nashville, Raleigh, Columbia, Atlanta, Tallahassee, Montgomery. I haven't really seen any of these. Or are these just major airports? Pure and simple. It might just be that these are major airports. Yeah, I think these are just major airports, and they have absolutely nothing to do with the Bureau itself. Is Bright Falls on it? No. If you want to see something like that, we'll have to wait till much later in the game. I think this has nothing to do with it, frankly.
Hello? I need some help here.
Let's not do this side yet. Let's do the other
Someone
side.
needs help over there.
No, they don't. They can wait. They can wait.
Sounds like there's a man down.
No, it's fine. He'll survive. He'll pull through. He'll walk it off. Okay, so there is one over on this side, and I do not recall where on this side it is. And there it is. Got it. Alright, you guys ready for some mannequins? Let's look at some mannequins! Oh yeah, Space Dog, you know me. I would rather go get collectibles than deal with a fallen comrade any day, because I am so compassionate. Yes, nothingness, but we're not going to talk about that until we get to that section of the game. Alright, the item was last owned by Madame So-and-so, an operatic performer from Berlin. After her career ended in a public scandal, she was relocated to so-and-so, Maine for unknown reasons. With her came the trappings of her old life, including this item. Locals report that she rarely left her home in the short years she spent in the town. After her death caused by some form of disease, the state held a public auction, and her belongings sing as she had no known relatives. Various conflicting first-hand reports exist, but testimonies provided by witnesses of the event do contain some common elements. Most every witness saw numerous mannequins breaking through the house's windows, tumbling outside. Some witnesses report bright lights. Some report high-pitched singing. These are unverified. Numerous civilians inside the house at the time of the incident were hospitalized for various injuries. 2 were crushed to death. Agents were dispatched upon seeing an article regarding these events during the Bureau's daily scans of national periodicals. The item was quickly identified and brought to the Bureau. I'm sorry, Draco. I'm sorry. I know. I was thinking of you when we started this. I'm like, oh boy, here's the mannequin stuff. All right, so let's try to dissect this a little bit because that's gonna be half the fun. Now, the lady in question was a former operatic performer. And one report was high-pitched singing going on, as well as bright lights. She had a public scandal and had to relocate, presumably leaving her career behind when she came over to the United States. Now, my hypothesis on this, let me know your opinion, is that very much like Gloria from Psychonauts, she was so desperate to have the crowd around her, to be in the spotlight, to be up on stage and singing again. With all the lights upon her, she started having figments, very much like Gloria, because Gloria did this too in her theater level of Psychonauts 1, where she had figments of audience members inside the stands. Well, this madam over here had such a strong desire to be back on stage that she imagined fake people watching her and appreciating her art. And that became the mannequins themselves, because they are fake stand-ins for a real-life person. And the lights that were seen, that's literally stage lights that were manufactured as part of the altered effect. And the singing might have been her singing, or it might have been something. Actually, it was probably something else. But I think her desperate desire is what caused this to happen. But that is just my opinion on that. Okay, you saying it's kind of worship isn't far off. Basically, though, interacting would give rise to patterns of behavior, ideals, and values. Yeah, like, and that's why, like, a lot of the times when I use words like that, it's not to be taken literally. Like, when you worship, it's with the idea that you have a literal deity that you're paying worship and reverence to. But if we abstractly refer to the television as a, I don't want to say god or deity, but again, American Gods mindset, you are still giving reverence to it in a certain sense. Like, in a matter of speaking. It's not literal, though. It just comes down to how you want to look at it. Alright, now we're going to head back to the other side. It's part of what's called complex adaptive systems. I might have to write that down. Give me a second. Complex adaptive. Like, I use certain concepts in a non-literal way, but they're more somewhat related way. And probably one of the best examples of my channel just happens to be from the most viewed video I have on the channel, which is the Ati one. And I know there are a lot of people who disagree with my assessment of entropy as it applies to universal degradation. Because, let's be 100% honest, entropy by its purest dictionary definition has nothing to do with universal degradation. It has to do with how heat and energy is distributed throughout a system. That being said, the manner in which it distributes is similar to the mathematical function of degradation. Again, not literally, but in a similar format. And I probably did a very bad job of explaining that in the video. I think that's why I got a lot of negative comments about it. Is that it? That's it. Just cinematic and shoot them with a rock. No worries, Draco. I will hit them with a rock every time we see them. It's perfectly fine. I mean, another good example I always noted was the mathematics. I noticed this in high school. My junior year of high school, I noted this similarity, is the mathematics of magnetism and gravity. The mathematical equations for, at least the basic equation for gravity and magnetism are the same. Now, no one would argue that they are the exact same force in the universe, but they behave in very similar manners. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to get across. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Space. I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I am perfectly fine with it. I just find it interesting. And I've consciously tried to be better about that since the video came out. About trying to better explain my position on things rather than just expecting that seemingly unrelated things will be understood. So even though it seems like I'm taking too long to get to the point, it's for a reason at this point. Alright, AWE rising frequency. For some times now, there has been a steady increase in the annual number of AWEs that Bureau responds to. Between 2010 and 2015, we responded to so-and-so AWEs. For comparison, note that we only responded to this amount between 1995 and 2005. Is this rise a result of something, improvement in our detection procedures, or perhaps simply a coincidence? We cannot say for sure, which is why this proposal was for an AWE task force to be created within the hierarchy of the investigation sector has been compiled. We need to spend more time examining what causes AWEs rather than just containing them. Technically, no, it's not correct because, well, actually, no, I get you there, Val, no worries. And let's be honest, like, I probably express things in a video throughout the 2 years I've been doing YouTube that may or may not be 100% accurate, and frankly, that's because most of the time I do the research on this stuff as I'm writing the script. So I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form. I just like to use Google while I'm writing a paper. But okay, so the biggest thing here we're going to talk about AWE rising frequency is that it began in 2010 is when the quantity of these events started increasing. What also happened in 2010? Alan Wake went missing into the Dark Place. And the Dark Place is a reality where pure creation can create, or not create, but alter reality. So the biggest hypothesis here is Alan being trapped in the Dark Place is basically accidentally creating more AWEs because of something he's doing there. That is the running hypothesis as of right now. And actually, while we're on that topic, I have a video on Alan's Decade in the Dark that goes over some random theories. Again, it's just theories. These are not guaranteed or confirmed. But I have a video specifically on that. If you're curious, I will toss it up in a card right now. So that's be 1 hour, 45, 32 seconds. Check. Okay. Cool. Okay, sorry. Quantum Break stuff was 2010. No, Quantum Break was 2016. So that was much, much later. And Quantum Break, as far as we know, is not officially connected to the Prime Remedy universe, which is Control and Alan Wake. However, it may be linked in a multiverse sense. There's one more document here before we need to go talk to our fallen soldier, who's probably, because of ignoring him, probably dead by now, but whatever. Is it possible for an AWE is just a time hiccup? Honestly, Draco Fox, I could not answer that. Personally, yes. Most likely an AWE could be a time hiccup, but it's not necessarily that. I think the Bureau uses the term altered world event as a blanket term for any weird shit that happens. That could be caused by an altered item. It could be caused by another universe intruding upon it. It could be caused by time travel. It could be caused by a freaking alien invasion. I'm just throwing random things out there. It's just a blanket expression, in my opinion, for weird events. So anything could happen in these, personally. Something important happened in Quantum Break in 2010. Well, hold on. Okay, sorry guys, we're gonna have to put the pram procedures on pause because I need to switch over to my other computer and look that up. Let me look up the Quantum Break timeline real quick. Now that you're on that topic, Isaac, give me a second. I think I do remember something in 2010, but it had nothing to do with this stuff. Okay, the 2010s. Okay, so in 2010 is when the break in time actually occurred. So that's when the countermeasure was near completion in June 7th, July 4th. 4th of July 2010 is when the actual countermeasure opened during the event between Beth, Jack, and Paul. So the fracture in time technically occurred in July 4th, 2010. That is true. But again, this is going under the impression that this is directly connected with the Remedyverse as a whole, which legally they can't say that because Microsoft still owns the rights to that game. And there's no reference of this event in any of the Bureau documents for this game, so I can't really say. Alright, we're switching back over to the other monitor. Actually, give me a second. I'm going to go get some more water real quick. I'm getting a little thirsty. 2 seconds. Alright, and we are back to the game. Ah, gosh. Sorry, my wires are getting crossed here. Stop it. Controller, stop it! Okay, here we go. Alright, back to the case files. Let's look at the pram procedures. I can't even speak. Alright, altered item number 13 found in 1979. Containment cell must be properly ventilated. Inhalation of the item's smoke causes something. The item is a baby carriage with a black shade and steel wire wheels. Left front wheel is slightly bent, causing a distinct wobble when pushed. Item produces smoke incessantly. Smoke density varies. Smoke is generated without apparent fire or ignition source. An accident in Paris in 1979 brought the pram to the attention of the Bureau. Smoke filled an antique store where the pram was being sold, killing the shop owners. Update. Detailed records of the events leading to the item's discovery were destroyed in an accident in the Panopticon. Interviews with living witnesses were reperformed at the order of the archives and chief's record. So we know at some point there was detailed records. The thing leading to the item discovered destroyed an incident. Okay, so at some point in the past there was an incident in the Panopticon that destroyed a lot of records. That is a piece of history of the oldest house we do not know about yet. So I'm just going to write that down as a unanswered question. There we go. Okay. Save. Okay. Now that that's done, okay, I guess we can go talk to our injured employee here. Hey there, Horowitz, how you doing? I didn't mean to ignore you for 20 minutes.
I'm here. What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Who's Wells?
My squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks.
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We followed the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks.
Cool.
Sorry. The threshold.
Okay, cool, thank you. While you're sitting here, can I at the very least help you and get you into the freaking shelter where you will be 100% safe, worst case scenario? Can I please just get you in here, buddy? Please. Like, it's no trouble whatsoever. Whatever. If anyone is unfamiliar with the names Horowitz and Wells, so that little audio log we found in Arisha's room talking about the two workers in the quarry that saw the mermaid, well, this is him. This is the guy that was fucking with the debriefing guy. Ready? Shh. Nope. Not this rendition of the place. Not that is some fun music. Alright, so what's the time right now? It is 3, probably like 59, 57-ish. Got it. Alright, next one is going to be 5, 6, 7, 7:45. Okay. Let's go. Got it. Hating, could the baby carriage altered item creation be the function related to, say, satanic panic? It was the 70s and 80s about the fear of sacrificing babies into fire or something. Honestly, I have not done any research at all into that, so I couldn't say one way or another. Like, it's either that or smoking in general, but it's a possibility for sure. Like, I couldn't answer that question because I haven't looked into any of the scares in the 70s and 80s about satanic sacrifice. Alright, so what is this? It is 10:20. Okay. Got it. Reminds me of the Goosebumps book show, The Dark Grandfather Clock, that can fast forward or rewind a person's time. I have not read Goosebumps in such a long time, I'll be 100% honest. Honestly, I always was more a fan of Fear Street by that author. I read Fear Street more than I read Goosebumps. Then again, I also read a lot of scary stories to tell in the dark, which, those are fun. Alright, here we go. We are officially in the sealed threshold.
Can't be far.
Oh, that hurt. Good job, Jesse. You're just breaking your knees.
Those must be the clocks he was talking about.
So, actually, that's another thing we need to write down. What caused the clock's threshold? Because we don't know if an altered item created this, or if it, well, technically it's a threshold, but what about this threshold causes things to duplicate? And I'm curious if it's a specific thing, like there was one clock that duplicated, or if it's there were no clocks in here and the threshold just likes clocks for some reason. We never get a damn answer on this. Yeah, I have no clue why clocks specifically. It's never answered. It's never answered. What if it relates to the sticky notes? I've considered that too, actually, Gary. If this threshold somehow relates to the room where all the sticky notes started just duplicating randomly. But it just seems odd that this department in full would have been lost, but there is only one room in executive that has that same effect. I don't know. It's just... I can't figure it out. I'll be honest. I just don't know.
Shit.
I think he's dead, Jim.
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood.
That is a weird drum for your gun on. Like, I've never seen a top-loaded drum for a rifle, but whatever. Like, yeah, I agree it's because the game is weird, but that's half the fun of these games is to try to rationalize the weirdness. One thing that Remedy does well is that they don't make weird for weirdness' sake. Everything is weird with intention, and trying to figure out that intention is so much fun. And why the hell do you have a higher security clearance than I do, dude? I only have a level 5 card, you got a level 9. Give me your fucking key card. Give me that fucking key card. It's mine now. I'm the director, give me your shit.
What's with the clocks?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play in there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
Yeah, someone literally said it's because we don't have enough time, and then these start popping up. Like someone said, hey, I need a sticky note, and then sticky note started duplicating. That would be so messed up. It's like, I need a Dr. Pepper right now, or I need a beer. Okay. Yes, we're gonna watch this whole thing for some random reason. Totally just... I love how Carla's just sitting there like, why are you recording me? Like, I'm trying to work here, stop recording me, dude. Okay, I will be 100% honest. As somebody who has been on film sets before, like, it gets kind of awkward when you're getting filmed and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Stop it. Our poor Dr. Tan got turned down by Carla. He's just like... He wanted to take her out for dinner. Oh, God, look at that grin. It's so awkward. And she shot him down. Poor guy. Let's have a rip for our fallen brethren right there. Yeah, I found the thing in the cafeteria where it talks about how he was trying to ask her out. But let's be honest, you know how hard it would be to try to meet someone? I think I mentioned this last stream, how hard it is to meet someone in these situations. She's like, what the fuck, dude? You're such a nerd. love that. It's so freaking random. But there's a, if anyone remembers this old like early 2000s miniseries called The 10th Kingdom, there was a part of the very first episode where a guy swallowed a magic bean that gave him wishes, but it would screw up the wishes. And there's a scene where he wanted an infinite supply of beer, and literally it started duplicating the beers to be infinite. So it reminds me of that. It's like, hey, we need more time. Clocks appear. We need more sticky notes. Sticky notes appear. We need more beer. The fridge just explodes because too much beer is populating for it to contain it. Oh, gosh. Hello there. Damn. Wells is an awesome sidekick. I wish we could keep him for the whole game. I mean, he's getting some work done. Oh, hi there. Okay, that's a little too much. There we go. I don't know why he's messing with it. His little pointer just gets magnetically stuck on the cradle or something, and he's just like, shit. I just love how Carla's always looking at him like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Let me see.
Alright, let's get out of here.
So, you came down here for an altered item?
The anchor, yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple item retrieval. But the power of that thing had, I've never seen anything like it.
Honestly, I wouldn't even ask for more $100 bills, Legend. I'd say, we need more winning lottery tickets here, and it just starts spitting out like a couple hundred $350 mega lottery tickets. That's a real quick way to win. And drop. Her knees must hate her right now. Alright, post box supplement. Save and delete. Alright. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Ineffective agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed to be susceptible to the item were tasked with... agents deemed susceptible... I just started drinking some cold water. My throat's not working anymore. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and reinforming the public away from the site. The items was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel has been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck routes from Arizona to New York City. Hey guys, would it be a bed altered item of the procedure? If there was a bed altered item, who knows? It depends on what the bed did, to be 100% frank. I mean, if there was a bed altered item that you lay on it and it literally puts you to sleep immediately, I would love that shit. Now, the only hard part is waking you back up, because I presume you wouldn't wake up while you were laying in the bed. You need someone to rip you off the bed for you to wake up. But that would be a very nice thing, just to be frank.
That's O'Neill. Shit. No one else got out.
Like, it'd basically be a version of giving you Sleeping Beauty syndrome or something along those natures where you just cannot wake up. Okay, I need to check out some of these. But I'm getting, like, no good mods for this. Like, usually I have so much better stuff for the grip by now, and I just don't. Crap, what just happened? Oh yeah, that's what I switched over to. coma induce. Yeah, basically a bed that would induce a coma. That'd be kind of interesting. So as long as you had someone to pull you off the bed, I think it's kind of okay. Weirdly enough. Okay, let's get down into the dirt. Hi there, buddy. Shit. Okay, I need to get some cover right now. Oh, this is a big boy. Let's get rid of the little boy first. You shithead. Okay, I need to get up there now. There we go. That's all I needed, and... Don't hit me. And boom, done. Anybody else? Really? You guys still want to try this? I just took down your big boss and you can't do crap. Done? Done. Oh, yeah, that'd be wonderful for people with insomnia. You just, like, tie a rope around their waist and, like, just rip them off the bed when you're done. Alright, refrigerator supplement. Save. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? I was running out to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I would not be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left, had his crayons out, happy. The building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later besides the fridge. The drawings had not come off. Tons of bricks have fallen onto those drawings and still they're there. How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident. Why? It still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a bad way back then. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawing still on it? Well, they'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off, those magnets, but maybe it was better I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge got to do with the building collapse? Anyhow. Bed supplement material? Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh. I'm curious about the drawings on the refrigerator, to be 100% frank. And I wonder if they are in any way associated with his unwillingness to let his son go, which is why his son's drawings would not come off the fridge. While I'm not saying that's the literal case, I'm curious if that is the case.
That safe room was where the old item cornered us. We sealed the door on the way out. We couldn't let it get out into the bureau.
I'll need to come deal with that altered item later.
Yes, we will.
If I open the safe room now, Wells could get hurt.
And we can't actually get to it anyways right now.
Come on, we need to get back to Harwood's.
Alright, let's get going. Actually, we don't want to go that direction. Let's go this way. And we don't want to go that direction either. Wait. Shit. I don't know why, but I always lose my way in this room. Actually, it's that direction. Jesus. Ah, I'm so friggin' dumb. Okay, let's go this way. No, this is not the way either. Why do I always get lost? I can never find the exit of this room. This is... Where do I go? It's like, I swear the door is right here. No, because this is the way we came in from. Give me a second, guys. And ignore my unprofessionalism. Or maybe we have to go up this way? Yeah, that's the way we go. That's the way we go. Okay.
When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
That was brave of you.
This is a creepy looking room.
I'm the medic. It's my job.
Oh, good on you, brother. Alright, let's get some save points, and then there's also one more document right there. Boop. Okay, plane parts. Here we go. Alright, okay, Mr. Dead Dog. What do you think of this? You know the airplane we brought in? Like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal. And that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do! I do! Dude, that would suck. Yeah, the in-game... Oh, yeah, the map is... It's better than what it was upon release. Because upon release, you didn't have the color distinguishments. Well, you couldn't distinguish the floors based upon the lighting. So you see how where we're at is slightly lighter than what's below us, which is the darker ones. We didn't even have that back at the start, at launch of the game. They did eventually fix that, but... Okay. Spin? Yes. Pierce upgrade? Yes. Okay, finally we have some new weapons. Let's play around with spin for a little bit. Accuracy, rate of fire. Yeah, is there a better rate of fire? Yep. Let's play around with you for a hair. Perfect. This is where when you quit your job when they try to make you do that. Yeah. Like, I've had to do weird ass crap for work before. Like, not even joking. I was having dinner on a Friday night. Or actually a Thursday night. I was out to dinner on a Thursday night, and at my last job, my boss texted me, "Wells, get out of the doorway!" And my boss texted me saying, "Yeah, we were trying to do a mass note situation to document all our files, fucked up and accidentally rewrote all of the instructions to all of our contractors." And I'm sitting here like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? So we literally had about 1,200 individual jobs that our workers were going to have to read the following morning, and they just deleted all of the instructions for all 1,200 jobs. So guess whose job it was to stay up literally all night and manually type in the instructions for 1,200 individual jobs because someone fucked up. Yep. I know that feeling very well. And then they expected me to be available for work at 3 a.m. the following day. Whatever. How much do these guys... Well, I know they have good healthcare at the Bureau. I don't know about their paychecks, though. So I can't really say much. Oh, hi there. And boom. Hey, Wells! Bro, I need you to open the door because I don't have security clearance, apparently. Yeah, as long as they have dental, you're good. Wells, oh, there you are. You're a teleporting bastard. You probably have an OOP that makes you teleport.
Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics.
Okay.
Horowitz should still be there.
I'm trying to follow you, dude, but apparently you don't want to follow me, so whatever. I'm saying that backwards. Apparently you want to follow me, not the other way around. Bro. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Why are you going down that way? Okay, fine. We're going down this way. Let's do a quick save state.
Let's go.
I love how you run down here just so I can talk to you for you to run right back up. What's with your path design? Come on. I mean, they better pay good in this place, let's be honest.
Something's wrong with them.
Yeah, something is wrong with them. Shit. And this is why I wanted you to go in the damn safe room. It's right there.
Oh, God, no.
This would not have happened if you literally just went right the fuck there.
His motherfuckers took him.
Alright. This guy's just gonna take a long time. Horowitz, I'm sorry, dude. This hurts me more than it hurts you at this point because you can't deal anything. As far as we know. Get back here! Why are you running away from me, bro? Come on! This guy's literally just like, let's get away, that chick is crazy! I mean, like, I don't blame you. You are going up against Jesse fucking Fade, and I would run away too, but whatever. Okay, I need to get some health real quick. Whoop!
I should talk to Wells. Make sure he's okay.
Oh, I was gonna just try to zoom in on his face. Well, technically, they handle the fridge. Honestly, completely nonsensical. I won't say more until we get to it. Understood. I don't think the safe rooms can't as large-scale HRAs anyway. He was in the room, he'd still be possessed. I'd have to think about that, to be honest, Isaac. I will have to think about that. Because the part of the plot in this one, again, the mission we just finished is we're trying to get more HRAs built so that we can get people out of the safe rooms. Basically, there's people still in the safe rooms. We need to get them in HRA so we can get them out. That's part of the last couple missions of the game. So it seems reasonable that those people don't have HRAs. And they are not being possessed by the time we get to them. At least we don't follow up on what happens to those people. It just seems that weird that the game would like make 2 full chapters of the game about that subplot, and then just say, "Oh yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyways."
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor-altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it.
Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director.
You got it.
I'll go see what good I can do there.
You take care of business, dude. I kind of enjoy one's way that the story is structured. Is that we're kind of going around and recruiting new people to be to the cause, so to speak. Like, I know they're all employees already of the FBC, but like we're recruiting new heads of everything. Like Emily, boom. Arish, boom. Wells, boom. But anyways, okay. I want to do a quick run over to maintenance real quick, just to double check Ati's board, see if there's any subquests. Well, Gary, it's implied that it's kind of like the SNES RPG effect. And if you're familiar with that expression, so SNES RPG effect is when the game tells you something is happening, but you don't physically see it on screen. So Control flat out tells us there are people in the safe rooms that are trapped and we need to get them HRAs. However, you never physically see them in the game. So we are just to take for fact that they are there, but the game decided not to program character models to actually throw it in the game. That's SNES RPG effect.
The containment sector has blown to pussy splinters.
True.
The work won't end even if you keep doing it.
Said to someone directly in the service industry, and said exactly like a certain tango that our boy loves to sing here. And that is a great shameless plug to throw in there. So if anyone is curious about the direct translation for the song that he was singing at the start of the game, I will put that video link right there in the top right for you if you're curious. And it directly applies to what he said. The work will keep going even if you will never end even if you keep doing it. What a mess. Talk
they are very good listeners.
To the plants.
You can tell them anything.
True.
Or you can sing to them. They like that.
They like to be sung to. Yep. The plants are very good listeners. Yeah, we just got past the clocks, Draco Fox. Actually, there is one thing we can do here that we did not get. There is one security key card we have not gotten past because we didn't have the level 4 while we were here. This bad boy right there. Even though there's literally nothing in this break room except for a treasure chest, but whatever. Good enough. And I cannot see there's too much particle effects on screen right now. Oh, wow, and I just tripped and fell on my ass. Let's go this way. Now, this may be me, but I've never really been too much of a fan of the, this gun. It's just, it feels like it runs out of ammo way too fast and doesn't deal enough damage to be worth it. Like, I feel like I can kill these guys a lot faster using other weapons. But let's play around with it for a little bit. Oh, then you really didn't miss much. We just kind of ran down to maintenance to pick up a side quest, and then we're heading back over to the Panopticon. Yep. Logistics. And even so, it feels like you have to really work the spin weapon alongside the throw or the launch ability, because you run out of ammo so quick you have to supplement it with other forms of attack. So like here, like boom. Okay, let's go ahead and do this for a little bit. Pop that, wait for it to reload, and then go again, and then pop it again. So you have to cycle with other forms of damage just to make it worth it. Okay, here we go. In memory of the heroic agents who gave their lives to forces known and unknown for the protection of the greater knowledge of all humankind, we honor their sacrifice. Now, I think there are some names in here that we know. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find some. Vita! There she is right there. That is the one and only Vita from the Control Discord. She's the community manager over at Remedy. Everyone else, let's see if there's any names I know. These are all developers. The Brooks Mags, Matthew Jennings, Lucas. Let me see. I don't recognize. Yeah, I don't recognize these. I only know Vita because I mod for the Control Discord, so I talk to her every now and then. All right, let's get going. Spin efficiency mod. That'd be one right there. The medical wing. Got it. And done. Okay, we got you. Let's spin around. Let's go to you. What do we got there? We got a defib and a loot box. Yeah, I really don't need a Seize Accelerator. There is absolutely no reason for me to have that. My first playthrough, I didn't use the rocket launcher because I almost blew myself up the first time. Yeah, I was the same way. Like, I would do nothing but kill myself with the rocket launcher gun the entire time I played. Because I'm so used to up-close combat that it really was not effective. But I got to use it more on the second and third playthrough when I realized, you know what, just attack them from... They're basically snipers. You attack from a distance. You don't actually use the rocket launcher in up-close combat. There we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, before we look up that document on the ground there, we have to kite all... Ooh, launch efficiency! We got an even better launch efficiency. Nice. Nicey, nice, nice. I like the energy recovery, evade cost. Is there anything better we got? Let's just give ourselves a health boost right now. Not that we 100% need it, but it'll be just in case. Oh god. Oh, they're everywhere! Run away! Oh, I hate these boys. Oh god, stay away from me! These are freaking mold. Oh, we're going to die right now. No, you know what? You're gonna be my friend. You are going to be my friend, and you will like it. And you will be my ammo. Go! Oh crap, we got one of those boys that are shooting at us. Run. Okay. 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 We lost it. Give me some health. Give me some health. I need some fucking health. I need some fucking health. There is no health. I am going to die. Okay. And I should have got health recovery upon pickup. That would have been more helpful, but whatever. Where is he? There's got to be one more. I hear the music still... Where's the last guy? Where is he at? There he is. Done. Okay. We're good. Oh yeah, honestly, yeah, this Last of Us DLC is pretty awesome, wouldn't you say? You modded your spin to be really powerful. It has level 5 and 3 slot tabs all throughout. Grip is generally better. Yeah, grip is my default, to be honest. I just, by default, use grip all the time. But whatever. Alright, here we go. Mold Autopsy. Now, for anybody who didn't see the scene with Emily at the start of this chapter, yes, we did receive the official side quest that has to do with Dr. Rhea Underhill and stuff at the bottom of research. No, we will not be going there just yet. We'll probably be going down there in the next stream because we need one more ability to get through that area. Alright, the deceased was a redacted year-old redacted with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in appearance. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus known as the mold, to an extent that medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as the deceased's high body temperature and undulated torso muscles, presumably but not provably caused by trapped gases. Routine samples as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill were successfully extracted, however the rapid retrogression outside the host body needs to be noted. Cause of death, mold ingestion. Rude lady in a hazmat suit, damn freaking straight. And yes, the signs are everywhere in this house. Do not eat the mold. Ever. Why would anybody think this was a good idea? Just saying. Just saying. Why would you think eating mold is a good thing? Like, I mean, okay. I like to use a lot of edible mushrooms in cooking because mushrooms are lovely, but no, don't eat flat out mold. And I literally have to work in moldy environments on occasion, so no, don't do it. It is explained why people munch on it. We'll get to that when we get to that. That's it for you. Hey, good night, Matt. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll definitely check out that little tip on complex adaptive systems that you mentioned. I'll look it up after the stream's done. Okay, let's poke our heads around. There are 2 documents somewhere in this area. Oh god, this room. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this is another weird whiteboard. Because weird whiteboards are kind of a staple at this point. Come on. Let's zoom on in. Important. Feels important, an urgent vision. Writing this down so I don't forget. Saw this dream when I fell asleep during the Dr. Darling presentations. Maybe food poisoning? Do not wipe, this is a warning. I saw an inverted black pyramid, the board, the astral plane. Then, oh yeah, and he ate mushroom salad for lunch. Whatever. Alright, then a red pyramid appeared underneath. What's that? It feels scary and bad news. Then they moved to be on top of each other. Like elevator lights going up. Is this the sector elevator? Then they connected / docked. An hourglass, a doomsday clock. It started flashing wildly. The sand is leaving, or leaving down. Oh no, felt terrible. Fuckity fuck fuck. Now it's all down and the red on top. This can't happen. We must stop this from happening. They rule us now. I woke up screaming. This is a warning. And one could argue that this is literally the plot of the game right here. Now, we had a conversation the other day, I think on Wednesday, about a guy who thought that he had a precognitive dream about a staffing issue that he had and he wanted a promotion. My question is this the same guy? Because if so, that would be freaking awesome. If not, I agree with Draco Fox. He may have just taken some hallucinogenic mushrooms and accidentally saw what was going to happen in the future. Either way, this is legitimate prophecy. Legitimate. And basically, Black Pyramid board, this, the red one. Well, red is the color of the hiss, and that's all I will say on that topic. I don't know who Moiro is. Like, I was looking at that too. I was not sure. Can't go through it that way, okay. There it is! Come to me. Alright, Globe Procedures 2010. Oh yeah, speaking of 2010, so the July 4th, fracture, Ground Zero fracture was in July, and I believe Alan Wake took place a few months after that. So it's really hard to say why the rising AWE, which caused the rising AWE, either the fracture or Alan Wake. The thing is, again, we don't know, we can't support that Quantum Break exists in this universe, so either way it'd be a moot point. So I'm going to just definitively say it's going to be Alan Wake responsible for it. So let's move it back over here to the globe, though. No unique procedures required. However, contact should be limited as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand-painted, spins freely on all axes. While the continents and oceans are recognizable to those of Earth, careful examination has revealed numerous landmarks and other geographic additions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a big city marked on it named Tanrelio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subjects dizzy and disoriented, with some reported feeling unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in redacted number of handlers. Now, I have two thoughts on this. Either A, this is a globe that marks the planet of a different version of Earth. So it's another parallel universe or whatever, and on that universe, this is the geographic landscape, and there's a town called Tanrelio. Or B, this is an extremely old map, and the landmarks are no longer here due to natural disasters or what have you, and Tanrelio is the name of an ancient culture that no longer exists. One of those two. That's all I can figure. Yeah, but I'm going with the first one only because the effect causes you to become dizzy and disoriented with some saying you're unfamiliar with your surroundings. Kind of like if you were popped into another dimension, you would feel unfamiliar with surroundings even though you're standing in the same room you were 2 seconds ago. So I'm going to probably lean towards that solution. But yeah, the another Earth theory seems more fitting considering the effect of the globe. That's just me. Hi.
August 4th, 1964. We discovered the oldest house while investigating a suspected altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. The agents found their way up into the building. Once we became aware of it, it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight. A slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation. It's a place of power, an ongoing AWE of its own, seemingly adhering to its physical outer constraints and yet constantly breaking the known boundaries of reality. It's unstable, shifting. Note, for more details on control points and the research and process to stabilize and secure the core sectors, refer to a separate presentation. After extensive research,
there's Hubert grinning like a madman.
The Bureau made the building its headquarters on November 13th, 1968. The Federal Bureau of Control was never out in the open. This was always an obfuscated, classified top secret operation. So imagine our surprise when the building's observation-resistant aspects began in some unquantifiable way to affect the Bureau as a whole.
I love Darling. He's just so excited about everything he does. And hop and boop.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan.
Yep.
His cell's been breached.
That's
Has
not
the Hiss
good.
found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
I love how Polaris just does not respond right there. Whoa. Okay, that's not good. Okay, someone is being murdered right on the other side of this door. And I absolutely love how the one instance of the ocean view that we go through where there is someone being killed and a blood stain of someone being dragged into this door is the one where as we pull the light switch cord, Dylan's face pops onto it. What does that mean? Who fucking knows? Alright, I'm gonna write that down too. Bloody door in ocean view. Seriously, we're gonna have a huge-ass list of unanswered questions by the time we get to the end of this stream. This is where Mr. Scratch filmed his movie. Honestly, that would not surprise me. But also, we gotta remember everything is upside down in this instance. So I'm curious thematically what this has to do with everything else as well. Because like with the clock's threshold, you had a clock puzzle to get through it. And like every single one seems to at least be somewhat similar in style based upon the well, when we need it is similar to the puzzles we find while we're going through it, if that makes sense. Kind of. What do we got here? Oh, it's because this painting is upside down. Boom. Alright, let's go check out that first room now. Perfect. Mr. Scratch has a bunch of videos murdering people in the motel, including his own music video. Yeah, because that motel, I believe, was in Desert Shore. Like, it was in the town of Desert Shore, Arizona, is where Mr. Scratch killed those people. But again, this place can technically open doors, frankly, possibly to anywhere. Like, I'm curious if these doors take you to normal locations on Earth, and the doors on this side take you to different tiers of reality. But the other big question, too, is what the hell is the casino in this whole thing? Because the casino is a whole other location that we have no clue where it goes. Oh god, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head now. Thank you, Isaac and Fox. I'm a psycho.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me? Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Okay. Alright, before we walk too far into this room, I will need to pause, because I do need to run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Yeah, like, the dark place and the collective unconscious. I would equate the dark place more to the Negredo state, but I can understand how it could be somewhat related to the collective unconscious as well. But you aren't necessarily linked to other minds through it. So it's really hard to say.
Silver just popping up all over the place. What's going on with the items?
Yes, and I was just listening to Langston singing. Hello there, sir.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art repository for all altered items.
I don't have time for this.
Power and...
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there.
Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that.
There, you got
I'll
it.
Get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
Yeah, just Langston. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I agree. Fire sending. The astral plane seems
The sudden
closer.
stop hits theaters tonight. Can't believe I'm missing an Alex Casey movie for this.
Ah! Alex Casey, yes. So we officially know that they turned Alan Wake's books into movies. It's canon in this universe. Most likely, because I think Barry handles all of the work or all of the business side of things, but Alice Wake owns all the intellectual property for Alan Wake's books, so they work together to make them.
Checkers or anything, did you?
Yeah.
Any active duty security personnel found engaging in non-sanctioned leisure activities will be relieved of duty pending review, sir.
You could have just said no.
Come on, just play checkers with the guy. Come on. All right. Oh dear. Diner coffee thermos. A blue coffee thermos with the white plastic cap and logo of the Oh Dear Diner located in Bright Falls, Washington. The cap doubles as a mug. The item responds to Formula I-16, yet no discernible altered effect has yet been observed, or it has been discovered, other than keeping liquids warm for surprisingly long periods of time. It's also worth noting that the coffee from the thermos is always refreshing and strong, no matter its quality before being poured into the item. The thermos was discovered on the shore of Cauldron Lake outside the town of Bright Falls. Both are known sites of recurring AWEs. See Bright Falls AWE case file for further information. According to witness statements, Alan Wake, see Prime Candidate Program entry for further information, who went missing shortly before the discovery of the thermos, has been seen collecting something, religiously collecting similar thermoses for an unknown purpose. Oh dear. The only reason we were collecting those damn coffee thermoses is because the game told me there were 100 collectibles, and we have to get all the collectibles, don't we? So now, the second that we actually go into the containment sector, into the Panopticon, is when we start getting actual Alan Wake references.
Containment failure in Panopticon Cell 69. Get it? 69.
I do not see what is humorous about an escaped paranatural entity originating from Cell 69, sir.
But you just said it. Come on, you guys. It's funny.
Okay, I'm leaving this room before it gets awkward.
Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
Yeah, so Alan Wake definitely was in the Prime Candidate Program, according to that document. So, why was he there? The only reason he potentially could have been there... Well, okay, I guess the big question is, did they put him on the Prime Candidate Program before the Bright Falls AWE or after the Bright Falls AWE? And if it was after, why would they do that? Because he's missing right now, so what's the point of starting to research him if they literally can't find the guy? And on the flip side, if it was before the Bright Falls AWE, what would he have done to have garnered interest from the Bureau? What would he have done to make them gay? Let's look at this random author. You want the copy? Thermos IRL. Wait, do we make it altered items? I'm pretty sure you can find a replica of that coffee thermos, Dracofox, just saying. Is achievement hunting a form of worship or ritual? I'd say it's a ritual for sure. But worship, arguable? Debatable? Who knows? Let's just get going. Oh god, okay. Okay, this gun does not work well for those big boys. So let's switch out real quick. Like, if you angle these right, you can actually get 2 of these floaty boys in one shot. Okay. You can't. It's here in the Panopticon in the secret. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, yeah. We'll get to that point, Gary, and as soon as we get the next OOP taken care of. Maybe because Alex Casey came to life and started researching. Well, that happened after, or that's okay. Spoilers there, but again, after 2010. So it was after the game, the Alan Wake video game. Okay, I'm not gonna say. Okay, let's just move onwards right now, though. Yeah, no, we're not gonna discuss that just yet, dude. What do we got here? It is the Jasper postbox that made people just have paralysis. It is the picnic basket, which makes animals flock to it. Oh shit, that's technically. It's not really a spoiler. Let's be honest, it's not really a spoiler. It's not part of the main story. We got the floor fan that sucks oxygen out of the room. A game hammer. Again, we're not going to talk about that yet. Oh, and one other thing we want to point out here. The 3rd floor of the Panopticon is the Remedy offices. So Remedy has a secret lab up here on the 3rd floor. Or they work on the 3rd floor here.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
I love that Remedy just happens to have offices in various universes. I mean, we see a random hotel room in Crossfire X where Remedy's working on a video game. They're working on some level designs. Wouldn't that be crazy if this was the specific Remedy office where Mr. Scratch kidnapped Sam Lake? That'd be friggin' nuts. Okay, we got nothing in that cell.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Philip!
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't, I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back, I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Philip, you hang in there, my best friend. Dearest of all my friends. We'll come back as soon as we take care of the TV, I promise. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, these are the boys that teleport. There we go, get rid of that bad boy. Got him. You good? You need to go heal yourself, like right now, lady. We good? We good? Alright. Yeah, sorry, Phil, I can't help you. I gotta go get collectibles right now. Okay, so like considering someone needs to keep their eyes on the fridge at all times, why don't they have multiple people keeping eyes on the people to blink? Seriously, thank you, Garrett. You should have at least like 2 or 3 people in the room at any given time for fridge duty. Because what honestly would happen if someone just fell asleep by accident? Because that'll happen sometimes. You'll just fall asleep even no matter how much you try not to. And then that person dies. I mean, I'd be like, I would not go in that place without a backup. Just to be honest. What if Mr. Scratch was ever at the bureau? Can we, like, move you, dude? Like, I want to move... Oh, I didn't mean to shoot your corpse. I'm trying to move you so you don't keep getting crushed by the door. Doctor Who and the Weep... Yeah, it's a Weeping Angel scenario. Like, I think you can blink in this situation. It's... Because if you could not blink, you would not be able to stay there more than, like, 60 seconds. So let's be honest. What, actually, I'm curious. What's the world record for not blinking? Okay. Yeah, so the official world record for not blinking was in a TV host in the Philippines, and it was 17 minutes. So 17 minutes is the longest anyone in the history of recorded memory has ever gone without blinking. So I'm going to presume you're allowed to blink in this, because that'd be impossible.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
Anyways, let's go. Oh, I lied. You're correct, Jacob. Sorry, it's 1 hour and 17 minutes. I did not read the 1 hour part of that from the article. All I saw was 17 minutes. 1 hour and 17 minutes. You're right. So why floating for a TV? Don't ask me. I have absolutely no idea why that thing levitates. Oh, crap. Okay. Thank you for literally just dropping me in my ass, but whatever. Alright, let's get going. Oh, this place is so freaking cool! Okay, let us go. Bring it freaking on. You are now going to be my backup. You're my backup now. Thank you. I appreciate your service. Let's take care of the ads first. Wow, I am missing. Where are you at? Where'd you go? Don't you dare try to smack me with a buddy or a weapon. That is not how you make friends. Whatsoever. Okay. Now this is finally Salvador himself. The head of security now turned hiss. Arish is not going to be happy when he finds out his boss is completely lost. Okay, last one. Shit! Where did that come from? There. You freaking crackhead. Okay, I need to get some health right there. Oh god, what's happening? I can't see. I can't see. Go away. Okay, what do we got? There we go. Hey, you. You dead. Hey, you. You dead. Okay, let's go get some more health and we'll take him down.
Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
There is Mr. Lynn Salvador himself. Alright, let's delete that. Kaboom. Yep, and with that, Arish, you are officially promoted.
The TV. Another object of power gone nuts.
Basically, but first things first, collectibles. Anchor supplement. Alright. The crew of the White Ocelot first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the something, probably either lake or sea or ocean, most likely an ocean. Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew something by throwing a tin bucket which disappeared into the sphere. Okay, a black sphere with a faint light behind it. Like, the only thing I can... Like, maybe like a lunar eclipse, but that seems weird that it's down on the ground. Like, that's the only imagery I can think of. I have no idea. Alright, soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. So maybe something to do with, like, time accelerating or something. So the ship's metal is rusting, then it might be time is fast-forwarding for it when the proximity to this. Who knows? Alright, as the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the Something rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates, Something, and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the shore, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by Something to the U.S. port of Something. Arriving in New York, it was brought to the Bureau via the something or another. The only, like, I don't think this has anything to do with it, but the imagery I get from having the sphere at the bottom of the ocean is Michael Crichton's book entitled Sphere, which has to do with a science crew. They found a sphere at the bottom of the, or I think it was like a old ship. No, it wasn't an old ship. Okay, sorry. I forgot the plot of the goddamn book. I just read it last year. So basically, they found a ship that hasn't been built yet. So it's a ship in a style that is supposed to have been created 20, 30 years into the future. But they found the remnants of it down at the bottom of the ocean. And inside the wreckage of that ship, they found a sphere that would do weird things. And that's all I'm going to say about that, in case you're curious. But it's very right at home with Remedy weirdness. So one thing I was wondering if in the comment on his voice sounding like Alan Wake's, considering they're acting the same person. I don't. They never did that. It's more of a tongue-in-cheek. It's like Max Payne and Thomas Zane and Zachariah Trench all have the same voice actor, but it's not directly referenced. Let's go. Use the TV/babysitter, levitate/superhero over the obstacles. Alright. Are you all ready? First of all, I love that the board considers a TV a babysitter, which is kind of true. Shots fired, but it's kind of true. But guess what? We can now fly! Yes. I'm sure most of you already know this, but I just have to... This is like the best part of the game, because it opens up everything else in the environment now that you can float around. We are Superman now. Ha ha ha. Leap and down. It's not that I give the TV hate. I just think it's kind of interesting. Newsflash / APB. The hiss static attempts to reach us. Our broadcast must survive.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
Now, officially, the hiss is trying to access the... Oh, my back. He's trying to access the astral plane. Doop, doop, and doop. Doop. Alright, Benikoff TV. A CRT television built by Benikoff and Sons Electrics. The screen is still functional. Objects can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum observed altitude of whatever. When bound, the object allows paratotalitarians to harness this effect for their own use. See blah 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 for the results of the blah blah blah. Prime candidate, probably Prime Candidate 6. The object is currently bound by, who knows? The object was first discovered in a local news story from so-and-so, Kansas. A figure had been seen flying over the buildings. The Bureau dispatched agents to the town and discovered the man named so-and-so had bound himself to the object. Mr. So-and-so was detained. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, like, it's the same thing with people who get all up in arms about how video games are bad, for example. Like, I don't see television or video games any worse than going to see the movies or picking up a book and reading it. I mean, they're all just mediums of entertainment at the end of the day, but when overdone, they can be like anything else. Okay, that one is done. Ka-chink. And up and out. Let's go tell Langston that everything's good to go. And now that we have that, we can actually go back to that one section of the maintenance sector and pick up a few things. Oh, crap. Shit. You know what? Actually, oh my god, stay away from me. I don't... I am really bad at aiming that. None of that crap. You go away. Just cut your shenanigans. I don't want you throwing things in my face. Alright, now for the fun part. Let's go find a few documents that are not... Oh, shit! Okay, let's try this a second time. Leap and fly. And land and grab it. There we go. Yes, don't let babies watch TV on this one. See, my only one... Okay, this is just me talking out the side of my mouth right now. But, my only concern with television specifically is for, let's say, like my nephew, for example. He's 5 now, but I remember him when he's like 1 year old. And he will remain fussy unless my sister gave him the cell phone so he can watch TV on it. I mean, if you are that entranced by the screen as a infant, I don't know how I feel about that just yet, though. Like, I know it's a simple and easy way for the parent to get the child to calm down, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But then again, he knows how to freaking handle a cell phone better than me when he was 3 years old, so whatever. Anyways, moving onwards. Okay. BlackRock paneling has proven effective at hindering but not eliminating objects' altered effects. Agents in the immediate vicinity may still experience paralysis. Keeping distance of whatever feet from the cell is recommended unless an agent is confirmed to be not susceptible. Okay, so this one proves that the resonance, the wavelength of the Jasper Postbox's effect can go through BlackRock, which means it falls maybe partially within the spectrum of hertz that the BlackRock resists, but, or maybe not in it, but slightly in it. Either way, it's shown that BlackRock is not 100% effective against blocking this stuff, but it is very useful. A dark blue United States Post Box model something paint is chipped at the edges. The item itself is empty, with no mail discovered inside at the time of retrieval. The item seizes the motor functions of organisms meeting an unknown criteria. Paralyzed subjects are still capable of moving their eyes to limited speech. Okay, so they can kind of talk. During tests, approximately 60% of agents remained unaffected by the item. Age, gender, race, height, weight, blood type, eye color, clothing, place of birth, diet, heart rate, and socioeconomic standings are all factors proven to have no correlation to the individual's vulnerability to the item. Victims' state of mind were recorded during onset paralysis, but no emotional correlation has yet been found. So, how would you go about trying to figure this out? So obviously there's something special about these 16% of individuals, but any discernible characteristics are not relevant. Now, the only thing I could potentially think of is there is a psychological relevance with why they're immune to its effects. What that is, I have no freaking clue. Like, trying to figure out how are these things not like the others kind of game to it is, it'd be fun, frankly. Try to figure out what is causing this. Okay, paper lantern supplement. The lantern was discovered at the street-side ramen shop in Tokyo, Japan named blank. The shop gained immense popularity due to this item, the shining beacon hanging in its doorway. A visiting documentarian was similarly enthralled by the crimson luster of the lantern and helped it find international acclaim through the television series highlighting the world's finest restaurants. Audiences' interest in the lantern brought it to the attention of the Bureau, and soon the lantern found its way here to us. I write this as I sit beside the very item. Its light is so comforting. So familiar. It reminds me of summer nights when I was a boy. The sun setting, the air warm, the chittering song of the evening insects. The lantern knows we all want to feel safe, at home, secure in the knowledge that the world won't change and neither will we. We'll be young and happy forever here in its glow. Appendix. The author of this document was detained shortly after this case file was distributed. Individual handling of the item is now prohibited. Information in this document may be compromised by the author's obvious infatuation with it. What? This key is not bad for your eyes. Lack of outdoor light is. Yes. Well, I haven't done too much research on it. I know blue light technically is not the best. It's not necessarily bad for the eyes. It's bad for melatonin production. So blue light makes it harder to fall asleep, and when I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think it has something to do with regulating mood as well, but I don't recall. So we are not going to head up just yet. We're going to head all the way down because I want to do one thing real fast. Talk to our dear friend Langston and then go from there. Where's the bottom? There's the bottom floor. I was like, where the hell is it? Not that direction. There we go. Okay, Sam, fine. I'll let you in. I'm not concerned that it's bad for the eyes. I'm concerned if they grew up spending that time on the phones and tables, they'll miss out on learning social skills and the stuff around them. That's my concern, too. I mean, it's part of the current generation that grew up with internet technology and smartphones where they associate through them more than they do in person.
Better not get blamed for this mess in the next performance review.
I mean, I never... Okay, let's walk outside while we talk about this. So, like, honestly, I didn't have a cell phone until I was 17 years old, and even then it was a flip phone. There's no such thing as internet access on my phone at the time. My home growing up, internet wasn't really a thing that normal people had, to be honest. And I think I was maybe 13 or 14 when we finally got it, and even then it was dial-up. So it's just maybe it's just a culture or age thing, possibly, but I spent my childhood out in the streets running around on my bike and going off of freaking dirt lots and shit. So it's just a
cell breaches on every
difference in
level.
age, I guess.
These hiss things are a bad influence. Is the TV back in its box yet? No rush or anything. It's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare.
Yep, damn
That's
straight.
not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
In a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them.
Did he say
Flipping the lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
True. If it does work, it's not superstition. Oh, God. So if you want to know more about what he was just saying right there, I do have a video just for that. We'll talk about that in a... Actually, we will not. We'll actually have to wait until later, but if you check the top right, there will be a link to a video that has to do with Langston entirely, which we will get to that in the next stream on Wednesday, but let's finish up all this dialogue first.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no-smoking policy? It does. Just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me.
Okay, so we do have one more piece of information right here. So there was one altered item document that mentioned an incident in the Panopticon that caused a lot of their records to be destroyed. Well, that incident is what allowed Langston here to be promoted in the first
I'll see
place.
you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Yeah, this entire place is full of nerds, let's just say that. Oh my god, imagine Sasha 9 hanging out in the Bureau. He would... Oh. Ah! Oh, really? The VA for Langston? Didn't they use him for the facial design too? But he has the same cleft. And,
The employee manual offers a series of
Alright, interesting, okay. Why are you breathing heavy, Jesse? It's not like you ran very far. Alright. So we officially have the charge one, but we need more corrupted samples, which we'll only get from mold people. So we'll wait. But first things first, we need more levitation. More levitation. And more levitation as soon as we can do it. Okay. Perfect. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, sure, let's do melee. We do melee every now and then. So yeah, it makes sense then. Okay, honestly guys, I think we're gonna end the stream off here. We have been going for a bit. And now that we have the ability of flight, I think we're good. So we will continue on this coming Wednesday, where we will go see Dylan in here. We will go help out Phil. We'll finish scouring around here for some collectibles, and then we'll backtrack to get some stuff. Because let's be honest, now that we have the flight ability, a lot of the oldest house just became open to us, so we can revisit old areas and start new side quests. And we'll get started on that this coming Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh gosh. All right. So I'm gonna need to type up this list of unanswered questions at some point. Let's be honest. My notepad's getting full. With mind bullets. Oh my god. Thank you, Jacob, for getting that reference. That's with mind bullets. That's telekinesis, Kyle. Oh my god. Tenacious D for the win. We love Jack Black. Absolutely. Anyways, good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. I don't know what time of day it is for you all, but I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.